vibe, baby.
Welcome to the Cup of Joe Show, where we explore the journey of recovery from alcohol and drug addiction. One story, one conversation, and one step at a time. I'm your host, Joe, creating a safe space for honest discussions about the challenges and triumphs of addiction and alcoholism. In each episode, we'll hear inspiring stories and uncover tools that make healing possible. Sobriety is not a one-size-fits-all journey, and you don't have to face it alone. Recovery is possible, and it's worth it. Thank you for joining the Cup of Joe Show. Now let's get started.
Hey everybody, welcome back to the Cup of Joe Show. I'm your host, of course, Joe. And before I get started, I want you to know that if you're out there struggling right now, you are not alone. Please don't suffer in silence. I'm very excited about my guest today. He once reached a point where he didn't want to be here anymore. Now he's helping others find a reason to stay. All the way from Samara, Russia, today's guest is Mike V, sober since January 8th, 2020, a husband, a father of two, and living proof that recovery knows no borders. After reaching a point of such deep despair that he attempted to take his own life, Mike found his way into recovery. And even though English isn't his first language, he's here to share his story because what he's found through the 10th and 11th steps, through sponsorship, and through helping others is something bigger than words. One rooted in purpose, helping others, and showing that no matter where you are in the world, recovery is possible. I'm really looking forward to hearing Mike's story, so grab a cup of coffee, settle in, and let's get into it. How you doing today, Mike?
Hi, Joe. Very well. Thanks for opportunity.
Well, thank you for your willingness. So what was it like growing up, Mike?
Oh, it is a very pity story of growing Mike. Let's start. In general, honestly saying, I was born in a very, let's call it so-called regular, normal family. My parents even don't drink. In general, they can allow themselves 1 cup or 2, but that's all. For me, it is still unbelievable. It is not even unbelievable. It is unacceptable behavior. Just to drink. So I don't understand for what to start, but okay. But both my grandparents, granddads, were alcoholics. One of them he was a very serious Marine officer, but he had got insult or stroke, if I'm not mistaken, medical brain damage. And when I was about 6-7 years, he couldn't say any word. He told only two, and I was scared. I didn't understand. This huge man wanted something from me, from a little kid, and I didn't understand what. And my mom explained me that it is the result of his alcoholism. Another dad was a very great man. I loved him a lot, but he was alcoholic too, and he was so let's call it very not important, very not respectful member of family, and I did not like it. So from the very beginning, I thought and made a decision that I won't be an alcoholic. It's not my path. I'm better than this. I'm smarter than this. So, and maybe once more from my childhood to understand, from just childhood, I could not be a part of some crowd, of some group. I was not someone who was just thrown away or fucked off even, but people, they annoy me. I did not like them because they're very noisy, they're very messy, they run everywhere. And that's why I preferred books. And when we've got first computer with the strategies, it was a miracle. I was powerful, the most powerful person on the earth. You can imagine that you take 1,000 persons, go left, go right, they go right, die, and they die. And then you go in the yard, 10 fucking boys, you say, let's go play football. And no, we have no another decision. fuck off. Computer. That's my way. So, and then, so, and I lived somehow, I studied somehow in school, and one day they've created such event, very wonderful. I liked it very much. They called it the day of, I'm very sorry, the day of healthy day. That's it. The result of healthy day. They took 4 8th grade pupils in the forest for health. Can you imagine how it ended? Of course, I found vodka. It was first time when I tried vodka. Before I tried only beer because I wanted to be a part of a company. I didn't like it in general, really. But I smoked, I tried beer, and this time I tried vodka. It came like water in me. I just, 1 second, very sorry. I did not like people. I despised people who couldn't drink without another drink, without food. It's vodka, it's wonderful. But very soon this day divided into 3 parts. First part, I remember somehow I played football like an octopus. I had 8 legs, 4 balls. It was funny event. Then second part, we are continuing drinking in some apartment. I didn't even know where we were, really. And last part, I was at home, some kind of teleportation. I don't know. I didn't realize how I got there. And with help of my mom, I puked 2 times all the bath. So it was, such experience. And I decided that no, never more. No. I'm not so dumb to destroy myself in such a way. But in 2 weeks, I'm drunk again. And I'm thinking, what the fuck? How? I remembered that experience. I still remember that experience, but why? And I realized I liked this feeling, this emotional, being in company, being part of something. I finally was part of something, and these people, I could, even maybe I did not like them or love them, but I could accept them. I could accept their stupidity, their noise, their something else. But okay, you can do whatever you want. Some of them I liked at the moment. So already in high school, I drank every day. Not much, of course. I didn't have a lot of money, but all money which I worked had a bit, which my parents gave me for dinner. I did not spend them on food. I drank several bottles of what we could find. And it wasn't beer and wasn't vodka because it wasn't enough. It was very chemical cocktails. It was, when I remember, it was such but on this money I could afford only this, and it was wonderful. They were such entertainments. When I remember it, I'm every time surprised why we just did not commit suicide there. In general, this was a very funny version of committing suicide. We will play. 1 second. We went on the slides toward just the stone wall. It was ended in the wall, and we found it very funny. Now one thing, it is not funny. It is very stupid. You are drunk idiots. Won't be we found a fridge. We found a broken fridge. We sat into the fridge and went on the slides. Smart guy. Every time I believed I'm very smart. This was never optional. Very smart entertainment.
I think we have that in common. I always thought I was really smart too, Mike.
Yeah.
As I was doing dumb things, right?
Yeah. I've never found. I found no dumb alcoholic in Anonymous Alcoholics. No one. Everyone is the smartest. Everyone is unique. Everyone is the smartest. I accept this, but I'm the most unique, of course, and the most smart. Just deal with this. I don't know.
I think we call that terminal uniqueness. I think
Yeah.
terminal uniqueness is what.
Yeah. Yeah, we are all. That's wonderful.
Yeah. So you're in high school. You're drinking every day. Did you have consequences from
Well,
it?
honestly say no. Honestly say no, because but you have to understand. I forgot to mention it. It is, I think, important. I'm the second child in our family. There are three of us. First one, he is now anonymous alcoholic too. And honestly saying, his story is much more interesting than mine. But how to say, I was in the shadow of his deeds. So my parents, honestly saying, did not see the problem. We will take this point later, a bit later, to understand. But so I had no consequences at the moment. I even went to the university, my first university. I drank, and I drank every day. I drank beer in big amounts. To understand, in the age of 21, 22 years, I've got a diagnosis. 1 second.
I wanted to tell the audience at home, which is really cool what you're doing, Mike, is if he's not sure of a word, he's using he's using a translator so that he
Google
can tell us the
Translator.
word that he's thinking of. So I just wanted to tell people what you were doing. But anyway, sorry, Mike. Go ahead.
No problem. Yeah. So I've got chronic rheumatoid arthrosis, something like this. So it was awful. I had it was very painful. I could not sleep. I couldn't get bags with food to home from the store. But I brought beer every day. This I could. Bags with food, I could not. Beer, I could. And cigarettes, I could. So, and I decided that it isn't very good. That time, maybe first time, I was disappointed in official medicine, because they told me that we tell that you are healed at the moment, or we put you a diagnosis of invalid, of damaged person. I decided that I don't want this in my, how to say, in my history from childhood. So I said that I'm healed, but I was disappointed in them. They tried to cure me very different options for half a year. It was very painful, and fuck it. So in general, and I decided that I have to do something like with this, because it is awful. I waited about wow, I found out I don't really know very good US measurements. 120 kilograms, it's about 240, how does wait? I don't remember your measure of weight. Sorry.
It's okay, Mike. Don't worry. I can't do that. I can't interpret. I can't do the math on that one either. So you're good.
Okay. So in short, I was very fat, and it was very painful, all this. So I decided that I have to do something with this, and the decision was obvious, of course. After healthy day, I could not drink vodka, really. It was, but the decision was obvious: whiskey and cognac. I begin to drink them because I'm not I'm not alcoholic. Why? How I decided this problem? Really, I understood it and realized only in sobriety after several years. But at that moment, why I'm not alcoholic? I'm not drinking in the morning. I can drink only after 8 or only after 6 p.m. in daytimes, and on weekends after 12 a.m. If I'm drinking after it, I'm not alcoholic. Every day, that's not a problem. It's not my problem. I'm not alcoholic because, and I could not allow myself to drink even painkillers from headache because of alcohol. Something like, you drunk, you have to suffer, you have to pay for what? I didn't realize for what, because of their, honestly saying, my pleasure of drinking ended very soon in general. But fuck it. Sorry, I forgot one wonderful story why I'm not an alcoholic. My favorite one. When I was 14 and was in high school, I met one girl. She didn't live in a city. She lived in small town nearby in suburbs. She called me on her party, her birthday party, and I went. It was my first time going to such places. And when I came, I saw a very strange event. They were about, I don't really remember, something like 7, 8 girls and one boy, me. I was surprised, but okay, I'm a guest, and really I don't have any options because last train went away. I can't return anyway. So okay, let's start party. I liked parties, but I found out that in several hours all my alcohol limits were off. For me, I didn't even understand how I stand, how I sit. I was drunk, but I didn't show because, and the girls were older than me, something like 17, 18. So, and I looked older. I had even mustache at the time, but I was 14 and I was really, I was terrified of what is coming. And I was ready to go asleep when one of them stood up and said, okay, and now let's go to the bar, to the party. What? It wasn't a party? It's the beginning? We were warming? I'm dying. What are you doing? And honestly saying, then I remember only that we came to the bar. Several guys just ran to me, and my idea was how friendly people here in this village. Then I was explained that it was very dangerous. Might enter in this village in the bar at night because I survived only because these girls stood as a wall in front of me. And I don't remember at all. I thought, wonderful guys, my new friends. I remember no one from them. No, I remember this fucking town. I puked everywhere all night. So, and I've made, of course, a conclusion that they are alcoholics. I'm not. But every day, my 5 liters of beer, it's not alcoholism at all. I saw how drink alcoholics. That's problem. Me, no. So, fuck, I remember it is still awful. It is painful.
Oh. Did you, because it's fun. I can relate to that because I always surrounded myself with people who I thought were worse than me drinking. So I could always go, I'm not an alcoholic. Look, I don't drink like this person or that. Meanwhile, I'm drinking just like them, but in my head, I'm not,
Yeah. That's mine. Even when I drink more, only this evening I drink more because today I have a problem. Usually he's alcoholic. He has problems. He's finished the guy. I'm okay. And these 2 thoughts just in 2 seconds. Wonderful. I forgot why I remembered. Health with cognac and whiskey. Wonderful idea. But it became harder and harder to work, to exist in general, because first signal was that every week on Friday and Saturday I drank a lot, but maybe even sometimes not a lot, but every week. And this made me even, how to say, stressed. I felt very uncomfortable because of this, because I did not control at all. I could control, some way manage. Is there any purpose of drinking? Maybe a party. I could manage sometimes with whom I will drink. But if nobody could, there is no reason, I still drank. So, and it was at the age of 24, 23 totally. So I decided that it is a problem. I have to solve this somehow. And I tried to solve, as I was told. We were, as I have said, my first granddad was a Marine officer. So, and my mom was grown in very hard conditions, let's call it so, and we were grown so we're with very strong rules, very something like this. You can't ask for help. You can't just miss school or then work. If your temperature, okay, temperature is Fahrenheit, fuck it. If you are not in general dead, you have to go. You have to do. Even if you are dead, you have to finish and then you can die. Something like this. And it's still sometimes, very disturbed. But so, and one problem in sobriety, I began to forget what I was talking about.
We killed a lot of brain cells, Mike.
Yeah.
Was there a time? Oh, go ahead.
Remember. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Sorry, ask question?
No. Tell me what you were going to say, then I'll ask question.
Okay, thanks, man. Something like I remember that worried me a lot. That's why I've decided that I have to heal myself. So how? Power of will. I remembered all my trainings. Even when I drank, I had a lot of sports. I've had football, soccer. I've used MMA, trained MMA a lot. So I was sports enough. And this, I began to train. I began to finally eat normal food. To understand, in 1 month, I lost about 10 kilograms, 20 your points of weight. So,
Pounds.
and pounds. I knew it. Okay. So, and I had something like 6-7 trainings a week. In this half of year, when I didn't drink, I've won cup. I knew this word. Soccer cup of city is, of course, not professional soccer, but as amateurs, we won. I've got several medals in jiu-jitsu in city contests in this half a year. But the problem was that just in the beginning, after maybe 1-2 months, almost everyone nearby began to tell me that you'd better drink. I was so angry. I was so fucking angry. I shouted. I fought with them. Something like, what are you doing? I'm suffering for you. And I suffered. I really suffered because this life was awful. I didn't understand. Yes, I got a job. I've got a family. I've got a kid. I've got cups. I've got results. I hate it. I don't know what I'm doing for it. I hate it all. And one day we were in a bar on such called quiz story. I think you have some kind of format like this in bars, quiz, questions, 2 teams. No? Okay, fuck it. So
you keep talking, Mike. You're good. You're
okay, wonderful.
Yeah.
So on such format, such kind of entertainment, and we won one cocktail as a team. I don't remember for what. I was first, I took it and drank. I was really sure for 100% that this non-alcoholic, but it was alcoholic. In bar. I don't know why I decided that it should be non-alcoholic cocktail in bar, but okay. I drank it, and you should see the faces. There was my wife, my closest friends. They were just sunshine with happiness. And I thought, that's a signal. That's a signal from God, from anywhere. And I looked for the signal. Half a year, I looked for this opportunity. Let's be honest. So I decided, now I have experience. I can not drink for half a year. So now, maximum once a month, if there is some kind of event, some kind of, I don't know, festival, a bit, just a bit. I can. 2 weeks, Friday, Saturday, every Friday, Saturday, month, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and once a week more. After several months, I began to realize that something went wrong. My plans, it did not work. So I decided to solve this problem another way, and then I started this very long path. I've studied almost all religions which I could find, traditional, not very traditional, let's call them so, even Zoroastrianism, Taoism. But the problem was, to understand, I want to explain in the beginning, I'm not now judging, I'm not even valuing now religions, because the problem was I understood them in my way, in my broken way. I told everything I wanted. What I liked, I took. What I didn't like, this is for sins. This is their problem, they have to do this. I don't. I have maybe to pray in my way. This I like, but that part with no food, I don't like. This is for them. So then I began to study psychology, psychiatrists, again, let's call them traditional, Freud, Jung. Yeah, so then half mystical, almost all mystical directions of psychiatry, psychology, let's call it so. Again, the same stuff. I went to psychiatrists, they could not help me because I've never told them truth. I did not realize it. I really believed that I was trying to help myself. That's why I'm still very afraid of alcoholism. The problem of this disease for me, first one, that's how slowly, in very accurate way, it destroys your terms, destroys, let's call it common terms of such things as friendship, love, dignity, and changes it with something so perverse, so disgusting, but you believe that only your opinion, only your definition is true. And it is awful. It is awful when you realize it. I think that's the most problem, because you begin to realize, you can't not to realize it. That's why you begin to lie yourself more, and you don't even understand that you're lying to yourself more. And it is soon and soon. And so, in short, too emotional, sorry, man. In short, they couldn't help me too because I lied to them. I told them information in such a way that they could not disagree with me. Because all these people were assholes. Yeah, they were assholes. In my version of how it went, they were assholes. I was the guy, fuck, I knew this word too. Sorry. Sacrifice. I was the sacrifice. I was the victim. Yes. That's why they couldn't help me. Again, psychology is and psychiatry is wonderful stuff. Unfortunately, it still can't help me. About this a bit later. I'll tell you one story. So I started to study these things. It did not help me too. And in one moment, I understood that in general, nothing helps. In general, this world is meaningless. It is in general meaningless. It is full of pain, but people live. In general, they live, they have their lives, they go to work, they have their families. So maybe everyone lives like that. At that moment, my elder brother was already in AA. I asked him how you stopped drink, how he drank. It was wow. He destroyed everything. I was so-called a social alcoholic. How much I drank, I still went to work. I was really very afraid that somebody will know that I'm alcoholic. And so I asked him, how did you stop? And he said, groups, AA, you can come. And I came, I listened. And then they began to tell me about that we have steps, sponsorship. I said, listen, I've heard your stories. You have problems, I know. Bye. You're fucking crazy. Whole life, read a book, 160 pages. Are you dumb? I've read it in one evening. I read it. There is nothing genius. What are you doing? Bye. And I really went because I will handle it. I will handle 9 months. After 9 months, it was my last attempt. I tried the most disgusting thing. I went from my family. I tried. It was my last attempt. I believe that the problem wasn't my wife. Very soon, I was lucky about this. In 2 weeks, I found out that nope. I found another woman at this moment for these 2 weeks. It's not something what I'm very proud about, but still. And I found when this another woman in 2 weeks one day asked me, "Don't you love yourself too much?" I asked, "Why?" She said, "You drink every day. You allow yourself to drink every day." And I laughed hysterically. I just laughed to tears and hysteria because at that moment I understood that this woman does not understand the problem, doesn't understand me at all. She can't help me because I couldn't even explain her that I'm drinking not because I'm loving myself. I'm drinking because I hate myself. I can't look in the mirror. I hate this person. He is disgusting to me. And she could not get it. Normal people can't get it in general. So 9 months, as I have said, all these 9 months I drank every day. My schedule was I'm waking up at something about 5:30. I'm already late to work, so I have to hurry. I'm going on work at 6 p.m. I have to be at home. At 6 p.m. I have to drink my first cup of whiskey. If I won't, I became an animal, just something, a monster which destroys everything. It is not my decision. I have no options. I just nothing can stop me. No borders. So, and the problem was that at 6 p.m. my first cup, at 6:00:05 my second cup, and first thought, what the fuck are you doing? Why are you doing this again? It is awful. It is, you can't do it. I had at the moment family still. I don't understand how I returned, why I was allowed to return. I had a girl, my first kid. I loved her a lot, but every day I just stuck myself in a room alone and drank. I was really afraid to how to say, to make something awful, to do something awful. I still very proud of myself that I did not use physical any violence on my family. At the same, mostly because I just closed myself. I could shout from there. I could fuck them off from my life, not to disturb me. But it was miserable. Let's be honest. It is not the life which you can proud of. So, and all these 9 months, I am drinking, and I told myself that everyone live like this. That's normal. And that was very easy, really, in Russia, because there is such kind of, I don't know, a stereotype that everyone drinks, which is every man is alcoholic. If you are not drinking, you are not a man. Something like this. So that is normal. And just one day, I've got a habit. Several nights a week, I went with the earphones and music just for a walk, just at night alone, because I think I was very ashamed of myself. I couldn't stay at home. I could not see these people because I couldn't see myself, and I was going to the embankment of the river, going until I still was drunk. So, and then after this 9 months, one event happened which chose a lot. It was a New Year business party, how to say. It was a party made by company, New Year, and I was going to be the most drunkest guy. To understand, at that moment, no one at my work had a question if I'm not an alcoholic. because, of course, as I have said, I didn't end that. My schedule ended at about 2-3 a.m. when I drank the bottle to the end, or what was more likely, I just felt with my head on this table, on the floor, if on the carpet, and there will be no. That was wonderful. So, and as you can imagine, if I fell at 2 a.m. and at 5 a.m. I woke up and went to the work, my vision wasn't very professional, and my thoughts. And what I did to be not so ashamed, every evening I drank, but I worked. I worked at home, so I can drink. That was very important. So I tell everyone. The problem is that when I came in the morning, I saw what I've done and I redid it, because it was. If even bosses, if see it, I would be fired. It was awful. Of course, I was drunk at all. I understood nothing. I could speak with the wall at the moment and do some calculations. So I'm on this event. I came to be drunk, and I couldn't, and that was awful. I drank everything what I found. I mixed. I had no food. To that moment, I have not smoked for something like 10 years. I found cigarettes somewhere. So the idea was to fall off, to turn off, to fail. So to fail.
Yeah, to get drunk.
Yeah. To be kept drunk.
Yeah.
And I couldn't. That was awful. That was so terrifying, because I hate these people. They had some kind of, I don't know, they were entertaining themselves. They were dancing. They had some kind of happiness. And I just wanted to kill them all, because I had terrible headache. I had terrible stomachache. I could not move. I was some kind of paralyzed. And I wanted puke at the moment, and I could not, because I understand that my whole organism, it was full of poison, different poison. And I thought, maybe I have problems with alcohol. Maybe we should try to do something probably. So, New Year weekends, whole New Year holidays, I'm with my family going. How does going to another city, or no, to another country for holidays. We are going for a walk, having time with it. I'm not drinking, and it seems I don't want to drink. In general, life is okay. I can handle it. Okay. So I return on 8th of January, and think tomorrow is on work. And it was a terrible flight with reborders, 2 planes, and at the time I had only wife and a girl kid, so all big suitcases are on me, so I'm tired, hadn't sleep normally, so I just okay 1 cup of whiskey at a dinner, even at lunch, and just I go to bed a bit earlier, and tomorrow I will work. It was just the end of the year, a lot of stress, I was nervous, everyone could have, blah blah blah. So I get my whiskey, I'm doing my first cup, and next time when I realize myself, I began at 2 p.m. When I realized myself, it was about 8 p.m. I'm standing on the middle of the river Volga at the big ice hole, at the biggest ice hole which I found. Because that's all. That was all. I was so tired. My life was so, it was full of only pain, total misunderstanding. I really believe that my life is a mistake. I've tried to find God all my life. I couldn't. I thought that I was such not miserable, such broken, such bad one, that he just turned off me. But at the same time, I was such nothing that he didn't even try to clear this mistake. Something like, okay, fuck him. Let him die in him. I believed at that moment, I really knew and believed only one thing, that I love my daughter. In everything else, I was not sure at all. I was totally stuck. My conscience was awful, but I knew that I love my daughter, but I understood that I could give her nothing. I knew nothing. I know only how to work. I was a good worker still, блядь, but work and suffer. That's all. That is not something which you want to give your kids. And I told myself that it will be wonderful, that I'll just swim a bit to next city in January. And at the time, wife will find another man who will love my kid. I really believe that someone can love my kid more than I could. That's why I hate alcoholism. I'm afraid of alcoholism, because you really believe in such fucking nonsense. So I'm standing at the high school, but maybe all this religious, which I tried to study to understand, one thing I remember, that suicide is not the best option. And if there is some kind of, I don't know, court, judgment, last judgment, you'll have problems. So, and to understand, I made a deal. I traded something, I don't know, maybe 10 minutes, and made a deal that I'll make one more call. And if the guy won't answer, if we'll put the phone, if he will turn off the phone, if just the phone I don't know, that phone was stolen, doesn't matter. I can jump in the high school, because I did everything what I could. And if there is some kind of judgment, I will be the guy who will ask questions, something like, what the fuck? Why you left me? Why you allowed this? So I called, and the guy answered. And my first thought was, what the fuck? Why did you do? Why? And he said, okay, to understand, I did not tell him that I'm at an high school, that I'm just, this is my last border. This is, no, how are you? He said, okay, I need to talk. Okay, I'm leaving not for long. Come here. I put on the phone and then fuck. And I came. I came to him. I wasn't allowed at his apartment because he had a family. And to understand, I found out that I was in some kind of autumn clothes, very dirty, without socks, without even t-shirt, just a coat on. So it wasn't very, how to say, sane deed to go to the river. It wasn't a plan. It was very interesting improvisation. So, and to understand, we were talking on the, on the balcony of the building. And I did everything that he should just throw me from this balcony, from the 6th stage, because there was a thought in my head that suicide is not good. Murder isn't my problem. It will be his problem. And this is the end. La la. This motherfucker didn't. And I insulted him. I told awful stuff. But the guy just said, what do you have to lose? Come on the group. And he still did not know that I was at the high school. I did not tell. I did this tell no one for a long time. And that's why when this time I came to AA, I had very clear understanding. This is my last attempt. This is last bus stop. That's all. If it doesn't work, then I commit suicide, and I really be the guy with questions there. Because I really tried what I could. Finally, somebody somehow could explain me that I did it not because I don't have self-will, not because I'm poisoned or, I don't know, awful person who is just pure evil. No, I'm broken. Very, and the most insulting thing for me, it is obsessing for me that you are broken, but society doesn't understand. It can't understand you because for people it is normal. You just take one bottle of beer and go home. What's the problem? The problem is, what if I want one beer? I won't go anywhere for one beer. It's
That doesn't make sense to us.
It sounds like insulting that he wants to insult me with this. He wants to waste my time. He wants. He's motherfucker. Jesus, what are you talking about? People don't live like this. No, even like the normal people don't live like this. Only pussies live like this bullshit. The problem that I will be at night puking on all bath and then crying on the balcony of my apartment, that's okay in general, but you're a pussy with one bottle. How can this be in one head with... I can't understand. But so, as I have said, it was my last attempt. That's why, first month I ran to these meetings. I just ran from everywhere because finally I found the place where I'm a part of something and finally someone can understand me. Even more, they understand me better than I understand myself. I don't understand why I want to die. They understand how it works. For that moment, this was surprising for me. Now there is no surprise, but okay. And but let's be honest, still, some kind of maybe a month or two, I just went to groups. But again, something was wrong. Something was wrong. I didn't understand what, and sitting one guy is sitting in front of me, telling his story. I'm comparing myself, of course. And at that time, his family is totally fucked off. He can lose his parents. 1 second, sorry. Parental rights. So divorce, everything awful. I still somehow have a family. I still don't understand how, but there is. He didn't have work for last 5 years. So he has no work, he has no money. Somehow I even have my job. Not a millionaire, but still well-paid job. So everything what I was told from my childhood, the result of this conversation should be this guy should come to me and ask, how you live like this? Teach me, guru. But the problem is that this motherfucker is sitting, smiling, and is happy. He's happy. He should want to commit suicide because he's awful. But he's happy. And I'm so wonderful, so smart, so cool. Every day is totally, desperately disappointing that I'm waking up. How it is? Why is it so? So I came and I asked, what's the point? How we do it? What's the secret? He says, secret? You come for 2 months. There are steps on the wall. What fucking secret? You have to find a guy who will read you a book. And this part was the most insulting to me, most offending to me, because I could read from 4 years. I read a lot of books. As I have said, I've read a big book on my first coming on in one evening. And now say there will be a guy who will read you a book. Fuck. This is, for me, this was the end. That this is your bottom. I don't know what can be worse. For me, just I did not lie in my pee, in my puke on the street. I don't need this to understand that I'm at the bottom. That is the motherfucker bottom. Okay, my last attempt. We will read a book.
You became willing.
Yes. Yeah. I can't even say that I became willing. As I have said, this willing came itself. I can't say that I did something for this. If I if I was told that you have to become winner, I think I won't even understand that moment. I was at the so fucking bottom that, okay, reading the book, we are reading the book. Yeah, then he told me on third step, we are standing on the knees. Everything in me was against it. I don't like you in general. That I didn't like the sponsor at that moment. I did not stay on the knees for a lot of time. For this time, I didn't believe in this. So everything in me shouted that, what the fuck, it is fucking sect. Like, it's a cult, run away. But, okay, on knees. You should pray every day. Okay, how? You should create your pray. Motherfucker. How? Okay. it was very new, awful experience in the beginning. But, first time, third step, best time in my life. Next 2 months, best time of my life. That was the only time in my life when I just gave everything to Lord. Everything. Just, I was so fucking free. I just went on the street. Okay, the car can hint me to death. Okay, wonderful. I can be fired. Okay, wonderful. I will be done. I will be done. I was so calm. I was so happy. I can be thrown away from the family because of what. So okay. I now I'm seeking for this feeling. I'm looking for it, but I can't because now I'm sober. I'm sober already 1 year, 2 years, 6 years. I'm smart enough so I can handle myself. Every time I know that I can't handle myself, but I handle myself, and then it is so stupid. You know about this? One day I think I tortured my sponsor. I love him a lot. We speak with him twice a week, all this time. And there was time for, I don't know, maybe half a year. Every time I began our conversation with the question, listen, tell me please, am I dumb? Just say me, Michael, you are dumb. Just relax. Because what the fuck, what I'm doing, I know what I have to do to be happy, free, but I don't. Even 11th step in the morning, I know that I should just stand and do it. But okay, I'm late. God, they will be done. You see me? Okay, thanks. Run away. And then, motherfucker, something's going on, blah, blah, blah. Oh,
You're not dumb. Yeah.
that's the problem.
You're not dumb. No, it's we it takes effort. We have to be willing to put effort in all the time. And I know for me, I'm not always willing to do it. I know what works, but I have to be in pain before I actually start to do the work.
Yeah. That's the problem. That yes, the same. Just you totally know that you have to do. Now, in the beginning, every time I've heard these questions to every speaker, that how to understand where is God's will, where is your will, and for me it was very important. Now, in my inside, of course, I laugh at this question because in general it is very easy. You know what is God's will. The problem is that you're not going to do God's will until you take all other options, fucked up there, and only then, then there's a problem. Sorry. I know I had to ask 2 weeks ago, but fuck. every time. So where is that? I began to work steps. This was my first when I did first time third step. This was wonderful, but I want to about psychology. Why I decided to tell you a bit later. Still, I'm very paranoid guy. So every time I need plan B, plan C, plan D, until if there is plan W, that's not very good. Till Z, every time. So in the beginning, I went to AA and I went to psychologist. And with psychologist, we found out that I have problem with self-esteem, with body, with something else. And every time we find this, and okay, what to do? And she answers, try. What? Try. try, блядь, what? And it was, I'm paying for what? And why I like alcoholic anonymous, you come to sponsor, listen, man, I have financial problems. I have problems with wife. She's with boss. I have, where, here's the book. Let's read. Did you hear me? I have serious problems there. Yeah, very serious. Here's the book. Every time. And then fuck, it works. The only thing that works that I'm not trying to handle what's going there. I'm just doing. Okay, I have to go to work. Okay, I'm doing. I have to make a report. If I will done it, if I'll do it hopefully, I will be fine. Okay, now today. Okay, fuck it. Fine. Okay, I will do it. I will do the best as I can. But if I'm still fine, okay, I'm calm and even happy. It's wow. This feeling is wow. But you know what I want to tell? Maybe the last, not too much, about sponsorship. Honestly saying, I'm not very, how to say, I don't like it very much, honestly saying, to talk with crazy alcoholics news. But the most strange and stupid thing for me still that I don't like it. The problem is every time when I have sponsee, every time when I'm doing this, every time when I see that this light which just turns on in his eyes, in his desperate eyes, that it is the most powerful for me drug now. That for this I can do almost everything, but every time again, I don't know, one decimal of a second, I think to raise my hand in the end or not, because I raise my hand that I can be a spoon and somebody can ask me to be a sponsor and I'll have to waste time him to call him. And I just remembered in the beginning my sponsor who listened such bullshit from me. And then now myself, when you listen sometimes that just but at the moment you understand that if you are not doing this, you are becoming this person, the person who you should be if you are not dead already. Because for me, again, it is the only fear in my inventory about which I do nothing. And the fear of relapse, because I understand that there will be no relapse. There was one moment when I was going to, let's call it relapse, I was going to the bottle and to the ice hole at the same moment, because I won't return there. I won't return to that hell. I studied everything, every fucking circle of this hell. There is nothing except pain. Nothing. Awful pain, despair pain. No. So I'll be dead. And even when there are days when I don't want to wake up in the morning to talk with sponsor from another country, but no. And when you listen and thinking, motherfucker, thanks God, I'm so bad. I'm so bad. I don't have these problems already. No, not like I have these problems, but they're not problems at all. He's nervous, he's stressful, he's angry, and you're thinking, wow, even a year ago I was like this, it was a problem, and now just, boss is doing bullshit. If wife is shouting, okay. So what? Even now, for me, I have such a defect. I'm a perfectionist, and my sponsor awfully often tells me about this. Very impolite guy, of course. So for me now, finally, sometimes I can accept to myself to make a mistake, and it isn't. To understand, it was even not long ago he called me one moment that I told him that on my work I can make a report and I will fail because I don't have such qualification. For me, it was unacceptable to admit that I don't have enough qualification, that I can fail. It was forbidden in our family. You can't do that. You've got it. You have to do. Die, but do. And this time he even just, you're a failure. And first time my reaction was, and so what? And for me, it was surprisingly so a lot of freedom in this. And the only price which I have to pay is try to help alcoholics. Now, let's be honest, for me, even now, it does not take a lot of time. I have even now 2 jobs. I have 2 kids. I've got another kid when I'm sober. I have 2 kids. I'm very busy person. Since I don't know childhood, every time I thought that I'm very busy. I was very busy. That's why I drank and worked, because I was very busy. I have no time just to drink. It was just such a bullshit. Now I'm busy. Now I'm busy. But I don't want to drink at all. There were moments which were awful for me. Just I couldn't imagine how could I handle. But at the same time, I was sponsoring, and I am sponsoring a guy. For now, I have a guy. I'm how it is. Not proud of him. I admire him. That's the verb. I admire him. He lives in a little town. In his area, there are only 5 women alcoholics, really with no steps, and he alone. I understand that myself. I am not sure that I could handle this situation. Very not sure. And he somehow he's sober. He is trying. He is doing a lot of service. He makes mistakes, of course, but he tries. For me, what I have to do, I have to wake up on Sunday and to call him. A bit different. So that's it.
That's a pretty good life, isn't it, Mike?
Yes, but you know what is awful for me? That I very soon I devalue it. That's why I'm talking with my sponsor twice a week. Every week I try, because I'm devaluing it at the moment, because still enough. And every time he just says, just remember 3 years ago, 6 years ago, you should be dead. He says, you should be dead. What the fuck are you complaining? But he doesn't say it like that. He's much more polite. But the idea is that's, oh, I hear that. And I can't disagree with him that, yes, that's really wonderful. Finally, my life has meaning. The problem is that I lose this meaning. Finally, I've got God. Finally, I can, okay, not touch him, of course, I'm not crazy, but I feel him beside me. And the problem is that, when I've got another kid, the boy, wonderful boy, but he's, oh, motherfucker, such insane person. You close your eyes for 2 seconds, something is broken, something is dirty, something happened. And every time he returns with, I don't know, here, something, you have to repair him all the time. And I understand that I'm such kid. And I'm really trying to save my kid from all these stupid situations. And I can't. I just can't. And I'm such kid. And for me, I think that my God is sitting mostly something like with face palm. What? You need it again? Okay. Do it. Okay, returned.
Yeah. Well, I get reminded, and with my kids too, and somebody said this to me, and it really fit. And from what you just said about your son, if I believe that God's got me, I have to believe that God's got my kids too.
Yeah.
So that's a hard part, though.
Awfully hard.
Yeah.
To find that border that, yes, these are God's kids, and at the same time, he gave these kids to me. It's my responsibility. I have to do my best to them. So to find this border, not to be overkeeping them, not to be over controlling, and at the same time, just not let them commit suicide, because this one is always just you turn back, he's running under the car. Why? Nothing happened. He just stayed 1 second ago. He stayed and sprinter, motherfucker. Kids.
They're kids. Thank you so much, Mike. One thing I was going to say, because it's probably the only chance I'll get to ask at this point, but what's have you gone to AA meetings in different countries or in different areas? Is it different in Russia than it is in other places, or?
Okay, I think I've got the question. Offline, in life, I visited only groups in my city, only in my city. I had experience to visit. I don't know if this will be some kind of an advertisement. There is such named Rojo online group. It is American group, wonderful one. Now I became a bit more calm about this, but there was time when I was very disappointed that I could not visit it anymore. There was a period in my time when I could visit. I worked from home on distance, and during daytime there was no one. I just joined. I loved this meeting. I still love this meeting. They are great guys. But now, unfortunately, I work again in the office, and I can't afford myself just to visit. So, why I remember this, the format is totally different. But we have to understand too, on these meetings, there is now about 150 people. And in general, in my city, if on a group there is about 10, 15 people, that's a big enough group. So, of course, there is difference. And as I have said, I have sponsee in another country. He's in Kazakhstan. And in his town, there is only one group. As I have said, there are 6 members. It is very difficult. And at the same time, I think that's the problem which there is maybe not a problem. There is a kind of variety of groups. Every group has its own rules. And for me, I'm such broken. I have to find a group with very, let's call it, strong AA program. I can't sit on a group which we call usually tea club. They come, they drink tea, they discuss wives, bosses, problems, potatoes. Several times I came on something like this. I was terrified because I have my own problems. I don't need. Honestly saying, I don't give a shit about your problems. I'm too egocentrical to listen all this stuff. I have my serious problems. And shut up. So I have to find this. There are several groups here. That's 100%. But as I have said, unfortunately, I have very, very low time to visit groups. So I visit now only my home group once a week. And once a week, we organized a meeting in a rehab center. We go there as a group. It's this I like very much. They're so crazy. They're
Yeah. Good reminder of where we don't want to be. Yeah. That's really cool. That's cool. Well, is there anything you wanted to talk about that we didn't?
I think mostly I've told in general. If there are any questions, I can, because if you won't stop me, I think I can tell about all of services, crazy stuff which we've done. But about useful of this stuff, I'm a bit not sure.
I think you did great. I really do. I think you did great. And I appreciate you taking the time, Mike, today. And there's a big time difference between where I'm at in Knoxville, Tennessee, in the United States, and where you're at. So I appreciate you willing to do it and work around the time constraints that we had. But I can't let you go without doing our rapid fire questions. Are you ready, sir?
Yep. It is time to embarrassment.
No. You'll do great. All right. What is your favorite recovery slogan?
It is short version of our prayer, which told me my sponsor. It sounds as fuck it. when I'm taken too seriously myself. Just
Fair enough. What is your least favorite recovery slogan?
I think there is no really, because how to say, now my brain is too busy and he filters a lot. What he means is useful. I've got this information. The problem that I even forget what is useful. So to remember what is not useful. No. I think I remember this one. There are people who say, for example, you can just come on the groups and everything will be okay.
For we call it meeting makers make it.
Yeah. Something like this. Because for me, again, for such damaged alcoholic, it's a torture. You tortured such alcoholics like me when you just come. Just come for what? To listen what? I need a solution, or I will kill you. Why you want me to have in your group? I can kill you. It is stupid. Не надо. Don't.
Fair enough. What do you think is your sobriety superpower?
None. I think I've accepted myself to feel to think that I'm dumb. That's my superpower, because as I have said before, I must be the best. If I'm not the best, it is, and now it's just my superpower. I can say I don't know.
That's a big deal. If you could say one thing to your former self, what would it be?
Good luck, have fun, don't die. I have just for now. I believe, and I'm not really sure that it is a very good version of behavior in rehab centers. But sometimes I try to very politely, but say that AA is your last stop. You have to try everything else, because until you have your versions, what you can do, how you can handle, you'll try it. You still try it. Our steps is not something which you can do to improve your life. No. It's not some kind of couch stuff, psychology stuff. It will destroy your ego. It will destroy your previous habits, and it is very painful. So I forgot about what I was talking.
You did good.
Wonderful. I'll believe. Okay.
Yeah. What song do you play to lift your spirits when you need a boost?
Now there is no songs. Now 10 step. The problem is, as I have said, I had a habit when I was drunk. I went with the music on the embankment. And even now, sometimes I so-call it musical alcoholism. When I go, I listen music, and on the contrary, I became aggressive, became desperate, self-ashamed. Unfortunately, for now, music doesn't help me. And I'm afraid to. I tried to find classic music, different styles, but every time, unfortunately, I'm so broken that I found some kind of minor sounds which make me very self-pity. Again, I'm such a victim. These motherfuckers don't value me. So now, no. 10 step. These people will tell me that I'm an idiot. That's wonderful. That works.
Yeah. No music, just 10 step. I like that. If you could grant yourself one wish to help with your recovery, what would it be?
Really nothing. I like my sobriety, my way of sobriety. I've explored such much versions, such much ways, and at the same time, as I have said, I've got such a fear and such understanding that it is my last attempt. So nothing. The problem is that how to say? In my life, I believe I've got two biggest betrayals. First one was alcohol, when he just stopped helping me, just stopped working as a painkiller. And second one is intellect, when we found out that this world isn't about intellect. The problem is that I don't know. We have in Russian such expression is it translated to English literally or not? Something like this: the longest path is from your brain to your heart. That's the problem. This is was every time my problem, that I've heard everything. I think I've got almost everything in first maximum 3-4 months, but still now just little pieces come to my heart, and I now only start use it in my life, start something new, start to be helpful, start to be patient, start to be such a person who wants to kill people, not all the time, maybe half a time, sometimes for no, that's maximum.
Only half the time now. I like it.
Let's record.
What step do you love the most?
That's another the same problem. There is no step. I don't like the steps. In short, how can I like this? First step, I'm powerless. I was told every time you're a man, you should solve your problems yourself. And now here, I'm powerless. I need help. What the fuck? Don't be a pussy. Then what? 10th step, in general, awful. What you've got here? What the fuck? Why are you complaining? Just be useful. Fight to be useful. Shut up. Awful. Sometimes 12 step. But again, 12 step with whom? With crazy newbie who at the moment is such destroyed by alcoholism. He's so aggressive. It is difficult. It is work. And for me, at the beginning, 99% of such conversation with newbies is praying. It's just praying in my head that not to say, not to insult, not to just punch him in the face, because just stop and listen to yourself what you're taking. No, new way of living, unfortunately. 5 step, awful. 4th step, yourself to find it, awful. 3rd step, even 3rd step in general, it is cool, but at the same time, I can't leave everything to. We got how it is in English. We try. Let's call it in general. We try to leave everything to God. I can't even leave Him everything. I want every morning. I pray to do it, but I can't. How I can love it? 11th step. I'm busy every time, and so. In general, I think there is no favorite steps. The most wonderful thing that in one day, you not you, but your understanding changes as they develop in something beautiful from rules and obeys it, becoming your willing, it become you wanting some kind of, I don't know, beautiful garden. This even finding the defect, now it isn't something awful which you should destroy at the moment. That God, we found it, arrogance, destroy it. That's how I prayed in the beginning. Didn't work. It was painful. And now it's just very strange flower, which someday maybe die, maybe not. Fuck it.
All right, I like it. Well, they work, and they work, and they work.
Yeah.
And finally, if heaven exists, what would you like to hear God say when you arrive at the pearly gates?
You did well.
Yeah.
No, not even like this. You tried well. Because again, that's the problem. Every time I still want some kind of result. That's nonsense. That's bullshit. I found out that a lot of things which I really tried to do to make the result will be awful. I found out in the end that I was mistaken, but I tried. And as I tried, at least every evening I came home and could sleep normally because I tried. I didn't handle it, but I tried. And so now, honestly saying, I still believe I can't totally relieve this thought that there will be not a judgment, last judgment, but some kind of conversation. And a lot of time, my real motive is just to hear just this words that, son, you've tried well. And that's all. That's maximum what I want.
That's a pretty good goal. How do you say thank you in Russian?
Спасибо.
Spicy. That sounded like spicy bum. Way off, guys. I'm way off. Thank you so much, Mike, for taking the time today.
Thank you
on the show.
Thank you.
I really appreciate it, man. It's been a pleasure. And for the rest of you out there, if this episode meant something to you, please share it with one person who needs some hope today. If you're listening on Apple Podcasts, please take a moment to leave us a review. It helps for someone to reach. Helps to reach someone who's still struggling to get this message. A new episode of the Cup of Joe Show drops every Thursday at noon. You can listen anytime at thecupofjoeshow.net or on any of your favorite podcast apps, Podbean, Apple, Spotify, YouTube, and more. Just search for The Cup of Joe Show. Don't forget the "the." If you're looking for your daily encouragement in your recovery journey, subscribe to our friends at thedailyponderables.com, delivering inspiration to your mailbox every day. Please like, follow, subscribe, and share because someone out there needs to hear this today. Have a good day, everybody.
It's just a laid-back vibe, baby.
We hope you enjoyed today's Experience, Strength, and Hope. We are so grateful you decided to join us. Please share this episode with someone who might need it. Also, don't forget to like and subscribe. Remember, no matter where you are in your recovery journey, you are not alone. Reach up and reach out to someone. Please do not suffer in silence. Until next time, let's take it 1 minute, 1 hour, and 1 day at a time. Thanks for listening to the Cup of Joe Show.